Happy November, everybody. Start off by lighting a candle. Stick that in the middle there. Hopefully it stays. Get some of this burned so we can cleanse. I brought back my stones, so that's awesome. Haven't gotten any new stones. Haven't really lost any stones recently, though, so that's good. Haven't lost my stones. Although, you know, I'm already naturally pretty out there, according to other people, not me. I'm right on the right track. So, a few things I wanted to talk about today. So we have our stones here. Is breaking away from the status quo and being comfortable with that. But also compersion. Compersion is the ability to feel happiness because of someone else's happiness. And the best gift that you can give yourself and someone else, regardless of how you feel about them, is compersion. Because it allows you to release any negative feelings that you felt. And usually when we speak of compersion, we talk about previous relationships, whether they be friendships or romantic relationships, where you have had something transpire between the two of you, and things have somehow put you two on different paths, which is part of life. And having the happiness. It's like when you go online and you see somebody's picture of, them with their new significant other, or them on a trip, or, enjoying their life, basically, out with new friends. Having compersion is the ability to feel happy that they are happy. And it's difficult these days in the world to feel happy for other people's happiness because there is such a low vibration. And we've had such a low vibration for a while. So we're pretty used to it. And we've kind of been sucked down because it's easier to go down into a low vibration than up into a higher vibration. So it's very important to see who you are surrounding yourself with, because they will affect your energy as well, depending on how receptive you are. Let's see, what else? Following your own path. So we have been taught for years and years that it is good to have a community of people around us. And yes, it is. However, they don't ever really talk about the right kind of community. And when we meet people and we resonate with them, we think that these are the people that we are going to be resonating with forever. This is going to be my path. I'm going to be with these people on this path of life, and they are going to be my family, or second family, or they're going to be the people that I will be surrounding myself for protection against other people who do not resonate as well with me or resonate in a different way with me. However, we don't realize that throughout our lives, we end up going on different paths and still trying to make these connections when we could be connecting with people who resonate fully with our new resonance in our lives and that are close to us in our life. Yet we still hold on to the old because it is comfortable and it is familiar. And now I'm not saying abandon all the people that you know and everyone that you have ever been in contact with immediately, because that's not the message. The message is more so that you need to find people and be okay with resonating with new and different people in your life. Sometimes we hold on to people because we have something that we need to learn about ourselves. and we're just not learning it. And we aren't going to finally learn it until it just smacks us in the face. I mean, it took me a really long time to drop a lot of friendships that really were not good for me, that I've been holding on to for a while. And the same type of people that I've been having in my life. Very shallow friendships. People that were really more about a certain type of friendship, and not so much a deeper, meaningful connection. And I know that I had been shoving people off who had wanted to seek a deeper, meaningful connection with me, because I really more wanted someone who was a shallow friend that I would go out with and we would go have fun, and that was all I really wanted. But then when I started desiring those deeper friendships, and I tried to pursue those with my shallow friends, I found that they were not as loyal, not as receptive, and not as ready to go into those depth levels with me. And so it is very important to know where someone's ability to go to a depth lies. I mean, people will be kind and they'll be your friend, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're exclusively your very good friend on a certain level. It just means you have a connection with them, and that is where that lies. So, going on to your own path. A lot of times we seek out the popular idea of what it means to be a person of where we are in our lives. We want to find the event, the idea, the clothing, the mentality, the job, the life path that we think that we are supposed to be in, that we think that is the most fortuitous of the people that we're around. But then again, like I said, are you vibrating with these people in the right way? Is there some part of you on some level that realizes that this isn't the kind of people, these aren't the kind of people, and this isn't the kind of energy you want to live in? There will be some discomfort, and you will feel it. So check within yourself and your understanding of who you are, and do some soul searching. I highly recommend doing soul searching. It can be a little lonely at some times, but once you find your path and your passion and your direction, you will never be lonely again, because you are always with yourself. You are always with spirit. You're always connected. And it is very important to connect, because that is when we can fully heal anything that has ever been disconnected, disjointed, and disappointed us in the past. And we do things to ourselves that will disappoint ourselves. And to come to terms with that, knowing that we all make mistakes and we all have the ability to forgive ourselves and move forward into new and better paths, is the greatest gift besides compersion that we can have. Because it is important to forgive your mistakes. You didn't know any better. It's not like you were born with a manual. We forget things when we come back into this life at birth. We don't remember our past lives unless we get flashes, and even then they seem like nightmares. So, forgive yourself, find your light and your passion, and pursue it. And do it at the expense of everybody else, because the only person that truly matters in your life is you and your happiness. It may be selfish, but it's an act of selfishness that is so profound to who you are. People probably are more naturally selfish or inherently selfish because we all seek to pursue our own passions, our own desires, our own ideas. But there are several of us that are very compassionate, who want to help others pursue their ideas, their life choices at the expense of ourselves. And it's a wonderful gift, but it's also a curse. It's a double-edged sword, and it can take away your light. It can take away your drive, your will, because when someone else's stuff is weighing on you, because when you help someone, you help them by taking some of the burden off of them, which is great. If you have the ability to do that, you should, but you cannot carry it forever. And a lot of people will become reliant on you when you start carrying their burdens. And what you should really do is help them by giving them the advice to go forward in their own path and how to fix their own journey, their own, burdens. And because we have a good perspective of what other people are, kind of when they're missing the point. Now be nice about it, but ooh. So we have, for their overall themes of the week, we have the 6 of Cups and we have the 4 of Wands, which is great. That is like the very happy, stable home card. And I had some pretty good readings this week, so I'm very excited. So it seems that, interesting, oh, okay. Seems that we will be having, things in reverse, a very good week that will involve an emotional stability of some sorts, because 6 of Cups can be very emotionally stable. It's the 2 children playing with the cups. We have the 2 decks here again. I really like that whole setup. So they're playing under the moon, and the cups and the moon signify intuition and emotion, and it's very important to recall sometimes ideas or past environments that have made you stable, that have worked in the past, but perhaps maybe we have abandoned them in search of other adventures, which we do. Sometimes we will take the risk to go out of the stability to in seek of adventure, because we seek the thrill, which is great. And Oliver. But sometimes we find ourselves too far out of the comfortable and the familiar, and we lose our way. Yes, don't we? He's never uncomfortable. He always finds himself a nice, comfy spot. So it seems like we will be having some wonderful, there's a 4 of Wands, connections from our past that are very stable and that have given us a feeling of, home, or there may be a wedding or a proposal of some sorts that gives us great, emotional stability or happiness. And it's maybe even just somebody that that is finding themselves in these positions, because it doesn't always, it's not always directly, oh, I predict you're going to be proposed to, but maybe someone else is getting married, and you are feeling this wonderful warmth and happiness for their celebration, and you're able to celebrate with them. Compersion. So, you, my beloved, are like a ray of golden sunshine. I breathe in your love, and all my concerns melt away, and all that is left is pure joy. Thank you, my beloved soulmate. So maybe you are going to meet somebody that you have known in a past life. Perhaps a soulmate of some sorts. Doesn't have to be the one, but it could be somebody that you have known, and it just feels comfortable. It feels natural to be around them and interact with them. Be still, listen, feel, just be. Have you forgotten what is truly important? When you pass from this world, all you will take with you is your soul and the beautiful memories it holds. And a lot of times we spend our life recalling and remembering past events that we collect. So for the beginning of the week, we have the Empress reversed and the Seven of Cups reversed. So the Empress reversed can signify maybe some issues with feminine health. It can, the Empress is the nurturer, the giver of life. She is the all things that are fertile and feminine, and she's maybe a little secretive. She's very strong. She has to carry this burden for a certain amount of time and labor through it. And so she is, she holds things close and protects as well. So she's kind of very just nurturing and protecting. She's surrounded by little bunnies as well, and she's got her little, belly out, and she's actually sitting on the moon, I believe. So she's, she's very much, and she's, abundant and prosperous. So maybe, there's some things going on where you have to shift around due to a project that you're working on, or you're having some issues where maybe there's a little bit more emotions going on. You're trying to build a foundation of some sorts, and things are not quite, happening. Or maybe it's just an overly emotional time. However, we do have the Seven of Cups in reverse, and that's all about the choices that we're making. So maybe we have to make a choice, and it's really, or we have it in reverse. Maybe it's really difficult for us to make this choice because we are having to consider some other factors in our lives, like something that we are giving birth to. It could also be trying to get over an emotional time in our lives, perhaps maybe a little bit of postpartum depression. I mean, we can have this about many things. I mean, after something finishes, we could feel a little bit lost, like we don't have a direction or a purpose, because now this part has been completed in our lives. It can also point to being overly concerned with other people, and the Empress can be in reverse, can maybe be a little bit stifling of, or too concerned with other people's stuff and not enough concerned with taking care of herself and her womb that's growing, whatever she's growing or fortuiting or producing. But I think that it's going to be okay. I think that she is, she's kind of trying to make a choice. And I think that it's just going to be a little bit harder than usual, or the feminine side of your personality has to figure out how to hone in all those emotions that they feel, all of the vast range of emotions and feelings that can be felt, not just romantic, not just happy or sad, but maybe there's some anger, maybe there's some bitterness, maybe there's some disappointment, disapproval. So many things can be felt. It's not just one specific feeling. And so I think that there's just a lot of emotion that is going on in the realm. So at the middle of the week, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So it looks as if we are having an offering, a new offering of some kind of emotional understanding, and it's coupled with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And so maybe it has to do with an offering of emotional, like a job or something at your place of work or in the home. And it seems that there's a little thing, there's some stuck, and we have all these reversed cards, so it could be just we're having a difficult time turning them around because we are a little bit stuck. We are stuck in the past with the Six of Cups, and maybe we are stuck trying to pursue a certain idea of stability that from the past. Or maybe we're stuck with people who we thought made us feel stable from the past, but now we are understanding that we resonate differently. So the Queen of Pentacles, she is the very stable, but she's also the very business-like woman who is got her mind on her money. See, I've got all my artwork back after having it displayed. So we have our Queen of Pentacles here, and she's not really looking at you. She's kind of got her mind on her pentacles here, and she's going forth, and she's making it happen. So, maybe there's just a little bit of confusion when it comes to household matters, finances, bills, things that we need to, just little things that need to be happening that are not quite falling into place as easily as they should. And I mean, we have this Ace of Cups, and so maybe we've made this choice, but we're not quite sure about it, and it's kind of making us a little bit scattered when it comes to doing things that we need in our life that need to be done, because she's all about practicality. She's all about the home and the practical life of keeping things in order so that we're able to do other things like go and pursue our passions. She's the home base, Then at the end of the week, we have the Three of Cups reversed with the Five of Swords reversed. So perhaps there is some, it's interesting, we have all cups on the top. We have a lot of cups this week, so it's a very interesting emotional week. So maybe somebody that you haven't seen in a while is returning, a friend, somebody that you had a friendly relationship, or maybe there's some issues going on in a social group or a social scene that you are having to deal with, because the Five of Swords in reverse can be an apology. It can be holding your tongue. It can be making amends. They've got bird heads on these swords, which I find really interesting, because birds can symbolize, chatter and talking. And in reverse, with the Three of Cups reversed, maybe there was somebody that you were friends with, that you had a disagreement with, and you haven't spoken to them in a while, or there was some kind of interaction that had gone wrong in the past, and there is a amends being made. Maybe that's what's bringing about this stable feeling, because you feel like you've been able to connect back with somebody that you haven't seen in a while, that makes you feel really stable and good again, like you have a security that you can really believe in, because it's very important to feel that. It's very, very important to understand when you feel secure and when you don't. And sometimes there's a very fine line. With a lot of people, we're not connected into that understanding of security within ourselves. So from a physical perspective, some relationships may seem less than perfect, yet from a higher perspective, all relationships are sacred, for they help us to grow in love and wisdom. So maybe we're doing some growing. Maybe we're making an amends with somebody that we haven't seen, and that's a great thing. I get really excited when I see that, because it seems like sometimes there is a high turnover of people in life, and it's great when you can find people that you really can connect with. Surrender all that no longer serves you. Let all that remains buried in your heart come to the surface and be healed. Let there be space for new energies to enter. A new beginning transforms darkness into light. So I believe that there will be a new beginning in some relationship that you've had. You are who you are because of your history. All of it has helped you grow in love and wisdom. Every experience has blessed you in some way. Embrace the past and forgive everything that needs to be forgiven. So, I think that there will be an amends being made, and I think that maybe that's why there's that stuck energy, because I feel like we're having this rehashing of things, and we feel like we've had this disillusionment with somebody or some situation, but I think that we will definitely have a connection back. And I think this, the Queen of Pentacles, she can be a little bit stubborn. I know that the Taurians can be stubborn. I know the Capricorns can be stubborn. Virgoians are a little bit mutable, so they're kind of, a little polar. I have both, okay? I'm a Virgo Sagittarius, so I can talk about it. But yeah, just the understanding that we can move forward, we can move past, and we can forgive, and we can admit to being wrong when it is necessary and when it feels right. So I wish you all a wonderful week, and I hope you guys are having a great beginning of your November, the 11th month, all about manifesting. So I hope you manifest something wonderful in your life. Everything from the beginning of 2015 is culminating in this month. This is the month. We are all seeing this wonderful pull together. So whatever you have been trying to manifest will be done. All right, you guys take care.